Welcome back to the Dolomites. Today, being day 3 of an amazing weekend with a friend of mine, I'm just left honestly speechless. Even as I'm looking at the view that I have right now, this morning waking up in a mountain refugio, it's been an incredible weekend and one that I have had lots of time to connect with a good friend, lots of time to think about myself, take time for myself, and honestly just appreciate one of the most beautiful places in the world. Well, despite being what we think is fit and young, we're both winded as we made it to the top here. We're so excited to be hitting up this bad boy mountain right over here. The construction beeps in the background really add to it too. We were talking about how awesome it is to have the beeping and the rock shoveling of the backhoe and this dump truck while we're enjoying this amazing area all to ourselves. It's really beautiful despite the noise. This is Via Ferrata Finanzieri, so it's like the financier's Via Ferrata. And just like that, we have made it to the starting point, at least the starting point this way for the Via Ferrata. We're gonna get our gear on and get started. We're so excited. Perfect weather, perfect temperature, no rain, no crowds. We're about to hit it.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
That's my bad.
And then she'll do it to me too. Go check.
Yeah. Here we go.
Alright, to give a little more backstory, this morning we took off from like our free camping place. We made it over to a bike rental shop because Landon accidentally forgot his helmet. We're not going to mention that more than once. But he found a place to rent one, and then we made it over to the base where the ski lift is. We were going to take the ski lift from the town of Alba up here to the refugio, but unfortunately today is the day before they actually open up the ski lift. They were like running it this morning, and so we thought it was open, and we go walk up and we said, hey, like we want to buy tickets, and they say we open tomorrow. Thankfully there's a trail that you can take that leads right up here, but the unfortunate part is that that trail is not exactly short, so we took at least a good hour, 15 hour and a half to make it up here, and it was honestly pretty tiring, but we've made it up here now. And because the lift is closed, we have the entire place up here. Like, we have not seen, besides these construction workers up here, we haven't seen anyone else. We're all geared up now, we're good to go. There's a few snow patches because it is still middle of June right now, so we're hoping to avoid a lot of those, and it's looking really fantastic.
What do you think so far, man?
It's freaking gorgeous. It's the perfect day.
We've definitely had our experience rock climbing before, and we've done several Via Ferratas, but this one is hopefully going to be the more, I guess, advanced one that we're going to be doing. That's why we chose it. We're really hoping, based on the reviews, that it kind of lives up to that hype.
First little drop heading in. Then we're going to follow up here underneath the big yellow. Now that's a shot. Oh man, so beautiful. And adrenaline.
Dude,
Have you liked it?
this is insane. It's amazing.
Freaking
The most intense part
crazy.
is definitely probably behind us. But even this part, like, this is a long route.
Oh yeah.
To be honest, like, I'm impressed how far we were going.
But those steps, that ladder section was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And just this view.
And we've already gotten up higher than the mountains we were looking at earlier and thinking, wow, look how high those are.
Yeah. Casually catching this cute little yellow white flower that's in the middle of this thing.
Like straddling this thing.
Woo! That's a little nerve-wracking.
Well, we are just about to summit, and we have been oohing and awing this entire time coming up. This last little bit has been pretty technical as well, but incredible, just absolutely incredible. Definitely not a beginner's course. This is, I think, level CD, which I know that that's what they said online. Definitely some difficult section here, but this view is unreal. Oh my gosh,
Dude!
Oh my gosh.
Oh my. There it is. That's the top.
Yeah. Yeah, get it. It's moments like this where we are feeling alive, and so happy that we got to do this, because so many things could go wrong. Bad weather, too much snow. Obviously we didn't let the lifts being closed stop us, but really happy to be up here.
Made it. Woo! The final few steps
To the old ammo box. What do we got in here? Ooh, some happy little notes.
Happy.
Well, we made it to the top, have enjoyed our little snack, and now body temperatures are cold enough and it's getting kind of breezy, so we're gonna make our way back down. I'm thinking it's gonna be a faster way down than not, but it does look like there's a couple sections for cable, so we're gonna make our way back down now.
We were right along here, climbing up.
Unfortunately, as we mentioned, the cable cars are closed. So now we're going to begin our much faster but steep downhill walk back to the van. Part of the tricky part of staying in a camper van, as you might know, is finding a place to stay. Like, you can either stay at a traditional campsite and pay like 50 to 60 euro for a night, but since we're going to be doing a really exciting overnight hut tomorrow, we needed to find a place to leave the van. And so there were two different spots in this little town that we're going to be staying at tonight. And the first one near like the fire station was all full. They have 5 spots that let you stay there for 24 hours. And then the second one was over here by this grocery store. And luckily we got the middle, or the final, of the 3 spots that were here. So there's like a little flower garden here, like a nice little church nearby. And it's awesome because it is free for the next 48 hours, which is perfect time that we need for tonight. And then we can leave the van here while we're gone on our hike tomorrow and doing our overnight, and then we'll come back on Sunday afternoon. And we just know that this was in a free place that we could leave it for 2 days. Well, good morning. This is morning number 2, and we definitely slept in. We're just leaving. It's like 10:30 now, and we're going to be making our way over to the cable car. And let's hope that the website is correct and that the cable cars are open. Okay, so we've made our way from the parking spot about a 10-15 minute walk all the way over here to the cable car. So this is taking us from Vigo di Fassa and going all the way up to Catinaccio, or the Rosengarten group. So this is one of the most popular areas in this valley to come and visit for many reasons, because the views are just really incredible. Rosengarten came up time and time again as we were doing research of like which Via Ferratas and which hiking and overnight hiking passes to do. And a lot of people will come up here and they'll do like 2 or 3 overnights, and sometimes even more depending on how long they want to spend up here. People can really like take the time to do all of the Via Ferrata routes, just enjoy hiking 1 to 2 hours from the different huts and taking in like the incredible scenery, because it's absolutely breathtaking, just like yesterday's, but just completely different views, angles of the mountains. So this is why we decided to choose this one. I had an Italian coworker who actually recommended this to me, so thank you, Nicolo. And it was really fun to do some research, and we're really looking forward to be staying up at Passo Principe. That's the refugio that we're going to be staying at today.
So what Tanner doesn't know is that I'm now recording videos on his camera while he's in there absolutely blowing it up. Get it?
On we go.
You guys, this is like an instant boom in the face. Like, this place is incredible, surrounded by mountains, such totally different views. Super excited. Well, we've made it up to the first refugio Gardecchia, and this is a really picturesque valley here, as the whole hike has really been. Took us about an hour to get up to here. Got about 1 more hour till the next refugio Vajolet, and then another hour after that till our hut. So we got probably about 3 hours in total with stops that will be there, and it's just such an incredible bright day today. So we're going to be throwing on some more sunscreen because the sun rays are really strong. So what happens a lot of times is that people will either hike all the way from the bottom or take the ski lift, and then they'll decide to stay at some of these like refugios here. This is one of them, and then they do like several day trips. So they'll come up here, they'll hike for like, you know, the hour and a half, whatever. They'll camp here, I guess they'll stay at the refugio here and just enjoy like this valley for a night, and then they'll hike up to the next refugio and do the same thing. There were a lot of people up on the side of the hill here. We could see like bright colored shirts of people like climbing up on the mountain. Really fun to see how many different areas that people could be climbing here. There's honestly just so many routes. So we just got into the Trocken room. We just got into the drying room, and these are all of the shelves here for us to put our bags and sweaty shoes. And then they have slippers for us to use to walk through the refugio. So it'll be really nice. And there is a coin-operated shower that is €1 per minute, so you gotta be ready to go before you put it in. Apparently it starts by itself. Well, I can say that the temperature of the water is very nice. It was quite hot, honestly. I think it was like at 42 degrees Celsius. So it was very nice, and €3 got me 3 minutes. So it was enough time to clean off, rinse off, feel amazing. And now we're just going to be relaxing in some clean, non-sweaty, non-sneaky clothes for the rest of the evening and enjoying sunset here.
A spinning wheel, a broken path, a it quits this time. But everything we've been through, we can't forget. We both seen harder times than this. Remember those days when we turned nothing and turned it into something. Young and dumb and on the run. And now it feels like we can't stop losing. But we gotta keep moving when it feels like nothing's changed. Remember those days.
Well, good morning. I didn't really say goodnight last night because, after showering, getting cleaned up, relaxing, changing into some clean clothes, we just kind of relaxed for a little bit. We came up on the hill right here where I am and just enjoyed watching the sun move a little bit closer until the sun was gone. Then it got too cold and we went inside, and by that time it was getting close for dinner. So we had dinner, we talked with our new table partners, I guess, from Italy, and just fun to get to talk for a little bit there. And then they actually had some cards, so we played face cards with them for a little bit too, chatted. Just a really breathtaking place here. As I'm out here this morning, it's just past 6. It's already been bright for at least 2 hours, I swear. I didn't sleep much last night because I got hot. That is one thing I was not expecting to say, is that I got hot. We're up here 2,600 meters, but the rooms are fairly well insulated. I'm going to be feeling it a little bit later this afternoon, but I'm happy to be watching the sun come up over the mountains over here. It's absolutely breathtaking. Well, after a good night's sleep, what do you think? You feeling energized for this?
I'm feeling good, but I slept a lot more than you did.
Yeah.
So
Bit waking up, but now we're gonna head up here and go and summit this last mountain and do a loop. We'll come down this way, supposedly on the way back.
And I may have forgot my helmet and my gloves, but you came in clutch at least on a running glove and a climbing glove. So
We'll make it happen.
we're good.
Do not use during thunderstorms. That's probably a good call.
That is a good call.
Metal wiring. Us just being so easily fascinated by these
Boys and their rocks.
shiny rocks.
Ooh.
This is the beginning of our ending of our trip. We've made it up to the top of the Catinaccio de Antermoia, or Kesselkugel in German, and it was surprisingly not that cold, not that windy, but now the wind's picked up. It's been incredible just to see how many mountain ranges are around here. It's jaw-dropping to see where we hiked just over there a couple days ago, where we're going to be going down today. I think this is why mountaineering and hiking is just so adrenaline inducing and filling for us, is because you get to do fun things like this and your perspective just completely changes when you get up top. So, well, I put the camera in the backpack and we kind of impromptu made a trail run out of the way down. So it was not our plan by any means to do that, but we enjoyed it. It was actually a little bit easier to jog down some of those downhill areas, and we had the hiking stick, so it really helped us out, and we made it down in very speedy time. From the time we left the refugio Passo Principe all the way down into the ski lift, we made it there just in time for one of either the last one or the second to last lift before they do a 1-hour lunch break here. So you have to also plan around that. Not that it's the end of the world if we had to wait, It's an incredibly beautiful area, but it was nice to come down and save an hour. But now we are about to leave the Dolomites here. We're just dropping off his bike helmet here at the shop that he had to rent for the Via Ferratas. Honestly, this weekend was more than we both had expected, and it checked the boxes on so many levels. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for all the love and support. We hope it inspires you to go outside and see some incredible places that are out there. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video.
Going up. Woo! You're caught.
Take two.